Hello, my gorgeous Aquarians. This is Debs, and this is your reading for November 2025. November, guys, how did we get here? Now, Aquarius, in meditation, I saw someone studying a map, and they were thinking to themselves, I just don't want to go down the main route. I absolutely don't. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be stressful. I know it's the quickest route, but I just can't handle it. I can't handle it. So they looked at the map and they thought, okay, I'm going to take this side road and see where that goes. And if that doesn't work, there's another little track I could follow. It'll be much quieter, much easier. I think I'm going to try these two other options. So off this person went. They took a left off this main road to avoid the tentacles of this city. They went half a mile down the track, but there was a dead end. And it led to fields. And they thought, oh, no, okay. So they backtracked. They thought, okay, that's not going to work. They got back onto this main road again, and they took a right off the road, but found themselves bumping down this track. It's as if the road was half made. That wasn't shown on the map, and so they had no choice but to do a U-turn. They got back onto this main road again, and they thought, okay, you know what? I'm just wasting time. This is really frustrating. I may as well just carry on down this main road. It's going to be quicker. It is going to be stressful. It is going to be complicated. It is going to be something I really didn't want to have to do, but I'm going to get there much quicker. I'm going to achieve my objective in next to no time. I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and do it. So Aquarius, I don't think this is you actually wanting to get from A to B. This is all symbolism. I think Aquarius, you may have wanted to sort of, in the nicest sense, dance around a subject and hope that somebody would get it. Or you may have tried an alternative approach, but you sort of reached a dead end, whatever that means. What I think you're deciding to do, Aquarius, is just speak your truth. It almost felt like facing the music and then it's done. Because whoever you're dealing with is either pretending that they don't understand, playing dumb, or you may have tried another approach, Aquarius, but they might have sort of, in the nicest sense, walked out the back door, right? Oh, okay, Aquarius is trying to talk about this. Okay, I'm leaving now. I'm going now. That sort of thing. Aquarius, you want to speak your piece. You want to get something off your chest. This is really important for you. And what you're realizing is there's no easy way around this. You just got to go from A to B, right? You just got to hit that main road. If you get into traffic, okay, you'll deal with it. If it's noisy and chaotic and stressful, you'll deal with it. But it's the quickest route, okay? All right, let's get into this, guys. That's the gist of this reading, I feel. The deck that I'm using is the Divination Tarot. If you guys want a private reading, my website's down below as always. The link to join the channel is there too, and all the decks are listed. Aquarius. So you went down one route, dead end. You backtracked, went down another route. It just didn't work. The person may have just avoided the topic, knew what you were coming to, knew what you were getting at, and just walked out the room, or said to you they were too busy, or you may simply have been cut short in conversation. They may have changed the subject. Aquarius, you're now deciding, all right, I've just got to say this. I've just got to say it. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Aquarians? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, he's showing me the Sun. Aquarius, you may have become enlightened about something and you may want to talk to this person about what you found out or about what you uncovered. It is feeling a little sensitive. It is. You may feel that this person is going to be super defensive, or this person may even deny this. But Aquarius, you need to have things out on the table, is what I'm getting here. There's no easy way around this. You may even, Aquarius, have realized that somebody was about to jump into another situation. And this is you sort of, in a nicer sense, calling them out. It could even be a work situation. Aquarius, you could be a boss and realize that one of your employees has been sending off job applications. And this is you thinking, God, as their manager, I've got to bring them up short about this, because not only is it out of order that they're doing this at work, trying to find another job in their workplace, but if they had a problem with their position, they should have talked to me about this. It may be you're wanting to call someone out, Aquarius. It could be a relationship situation, a family dynamic. You need to get to the root of the issue. And I'm hearing, see what they say, and see what they say. Okay. All right. Yeah. But you're dealing with somebody who may have figured out that you found out, or they may have figured out that you're watching them closely, and they're sitting in an avoidant energy. They're sitting in an avoidant energy thinking, oh, okay, gosh, no, really don't want to talk about this. Don't want to talk about this. Oh, gosh, yes, sorry, the cards are full of energy. All righty, here we go, here we go. Temperance. So Aquarius, you've been coasting. You have been waiting for this person to tell you the truth, waiting for this person to open up. You've been very calm about this, Aquarius, up until this point of time. But you've coasted long enough. You may feel as if they believe they're getting away with something they're absolutely not. But you're wanting to hear it from them. You might have heard something on the grapevine. You may have heard rumours. And this is you thinking, I need to know for sure. I need to know for sure, okay? Sag energy for some of you. Crossing that is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. Aquarius, I think you want to know for sure whether or not somebody is planning on leaving. Leaving a job situation, leaving you, leaving a family dynamic. Or you may want to question someone about whether or not they received a large amount of money for something. In the past, the Chariot. Aquarius, you may have been speaking to a Cancerian, or you may feel, Aquarius, pulled in two different directions. You may have had lots of other things you had to deal with. You were making fast progress in something, and you may have sort of taken your eye off the ball somehow. Didn't notice that this person was quietly making plans without telling you about them. After that time, Judgment. Wow, more Sag energy. Okay. Aquarius, you had to make a major decision. So I think you were wrapped up in a serious situation in the past, an immediate past, which meant that you didn't really notice what was going on with this person. I mean, this is you as a manager, Aquarius, you know, trying to start a new project, pulling a team of people together. This is you really busy, trying to get something off the ground, trying to pull in revenue for your company. You didn't notice that this one employee was doing something sort of on the quiet. Could be something like that. Or you may not have noticed, Aquarius, that somebody you were close to, friend, family member, partner, was planning on doing something that may later have a great effect on you. In your thoughts, the Five of Swords. What you're thinking about, Aquarius, now is they sabotaged a very important situation. There was a lightning strike, a bolt out of the blue, and you're there standing in the middle of this storm thinking, I can't believe this has happened. Where the hell did this come from, right? This is you hearing something about this person, or this is you getting a heads up from somebody else. And guys, it's almost as if you've just noticed this. This is you, facing north, having this to deal with, having this to cope with, and suddenly you're facing south, you're turning around and you're realizing, oh my gosh, Ace of Pentacles, this person was given a huge amount of money for no reason maybe, or because of something, could even be some kind of payoff, or this person has been making plans to leave. You just didn't see it. But for some reason, Aquarius, it might be that what you're realizing is this has sabotaged some kind of future for you, or sabotaged a situation that you're now having to manage. In the immediate future, Aquarius, wow, okay, 10 of Swords. This is you feeling betrayed. So whatever you're finding out here, it may be the painful truth, this rumor, or something somebody told you. Aquarius, I'm sorry, but you really need to know about this. It was the painful truth. In your fears, Aquarius, is the High Priestess. Aquarius, are you fearing that this is simply the tip of the iceberg? Are you fearing that other secrets are going to come out? Or are you fearing that because of this, you're going to have to completely detach, go a completely different direction? Because the High Priestess doesn't speak. The High Priestess is highly psychic. And Aquarius, I think this is you. In the environment, now whomever this is, that I think you're going to find out might have betrayed you, all right? Wow. 7 of Swords. This is someone who did something sneaky behind your back. This is someone who had a plan. It might have been a plan to sabotage you. It may have been a plan to make life very difficult. It could have been a plan to simply take what they wanted and then just to leave. This could be an employee who you later realized waited until they got their bonus and then they handed in their notice literally the next day. And they could have done it in a sneaky way, Aquarius. They could have done it whilst you were on leave. And you may have come back from holiday and somebody said, oh yeah, well, they got their bonus and they've just left. And you're there thinking, oh my God, they were the head of my team. Why didn't they tell me, right? That was sneaky of them. This could be to do with somebody that you know, Aqua, right? In your hopes, 8 of Pentacles. Aquarius, if this is you facing, even in a roundabout way, some kind of financial loss, somebody's just upped and left with a lump sum of money, or somebody's left you in it, you may be hoping to recoup your finances. You may be hoping to sort of just get your head down and, earn more money. Or you could be, Aquarius, hoping to work on the situation by having a direct conversation with this person so then it's done. Whether or not you two agree to go your separate ways, whether or not you agree to try and sort something out, what you're realizing is there's no other way around it. You've just got to broach the subject, get it over and done with, and then at least it's been handled, right? And the outcome, guys, 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Aquarius, this could be financial for some of you. For some of you, the 4 of Pentacles is you holding back from this person, but you're also holding on to 4 Pentacles. You don't have a lot of money left. Yeah. This is you thinking, okay, I've kind of got to start all over again, or I've got to hold back from maybe following the path I wanted to follow because I simply can't afford to do it. This could be financial. Clarification for you guys. The 7 of Pentacles. You put a lot of time, energy, and effort into growing something that you really hoped would reap rewards. What you realized was, Aquarius, it was a waste of time, because what you're realizing is somebody seems to have sort of left with a profit, or they've left with the prize, or they've left you in it. They could have left you in debt. And this is you looking back thinking, what a waste of time. You know, what a waste of time. Okay, yeah. What you're looking at is the devil. This person had this plan all along and you just couldn't see it. Now, if you're not dealing with a Sag, a Pisces or a Cancerian, you might be dealing with a Capricorn for some of you. And I love my Cappies, but you know, that's the Capricorn card. What you're looking at is, I can't believe this happened. You may simply have trusted somebody that you later realized you couldn't trust, or you may have felt that somebody in the nicest sense played nice with you, acted as if they really cared about you, and then they might have just stabbed you in the back or did something incredibly selfish and left you in it. And this is you realizing they might have planned this all along, because Aquarius, you're sat in the 10 of Swords and this person is sat in the 7 of Swords. They left with something. They were sneaky. They got away with something and left you feeling as if you were betrayed. Clarification for whomever betrayed you. The Fool. Wow. Aquarius, is almost as if they dumped you in a difficult situation and just left. Ace of Pentacles moved, just moved. It might be Aquarius, they promised you they'd take some form of action and they didn't. It may be Aquarius, they literally just upped and left. Packed their bags, you came home and nobody was there, and they took all your savings out of your bank account. You may have, if you're a couple, you may have joint bank accounts. Something happened, Aquarius, and it shocked you. You never expected this from this person in a million years. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles. This person may have done something. They may have taken money that was yours. They may have been a very fast talker. Aquarius, this could even be somebody that you were hoping to build a business with. You both decided to put in equal amounts, and then what you realized was this person just did a runner with your half of the money. And you never saw this person again. They may not have been who they said they were. They may have had a fake name. They may have had a fake address. They may have sort of schmoozed you for the last few weeks, Aquarius, something like that. You really felt you could trust this person. And what you realized was later on, this was just an elaborate scam to get a serious amount of money out of you. Now, the King of Pentacles also deals with land and property. So I don't know, Aquarius, whether or not you tried to buy a property on the cheap and you later realized it was a scam. Or you may have gone online to find a cheap mortgage company, later realizing that, you know, after giving them all your bank details to do, in inverted commas, a credit check, they wiped out your bank account. Aquarius, I'm really sorry, guys. This is a serious situation. Because, Aquarius, you're healing and having to sort out a situation after feeling betrayed because somebody sabotaged the situation, sat in the 7 of Swords, and you seem to be left with the 4 of Pentacles. Underneath the deck, Aqua, interesting. Queen of Swords. So as a masculine, you might have been dealing with somebody strategic who was working in cahoots with the King of Pentacles, or Aquarius, I may be dealing with a feminine here. I felt initially I was connecting with a masculine, but I may not have been. Ooh, okay, Justice. I think somebody was arranging something behind your back. In a nicer sense, could have been a Libra. Because Queen of Swords, justice, right? The moon. Somebody hid their true intentions. And you're later realizing this. You're realizing this. Yeah. Okay. So guys, Archangel Michael, tell us about Temperance and the Ace of Pentacles. The World. Okay. Aquarius, you may have been dealing with somebody online, or you may be realizing with the World, a cycle's over. You may have met someone in another area of the world, or been communicating with somebody in another area of the world, but they may not have been who they said they were, or they may not have had the right intentions. Ten of Wands. Aquarius, when you find out exactly what went on, you're going to be shocked. Because this is you still a bit confused. You took your eye off the ball. You had other things to sort out. When you find out what this actually was, you're going to feel very burdened. Yeah, because you may have given this person money for something in particular, only to realize that they left with the money. Or you may have realized that this person somehow got money out of you to give to somebody else. The Star, Aquarius, this is you having to heal. Because whatever this was, it was an unequal give and take situation. You were somehow betrayed by somebody that you thought you could trust. And you may feel heartbroken. Okay, guys, I'm really sorry. I am so sorry. You may want justice because whatever this was hidden. You may feel angry. Let's have a look at the past. You move forward. You had something else to deal with, which was a challenge. You may have had to make a rash decision, a rash move. You may have had a lot going on in your life. I think whoever you were dealing with chose this time when you weren't concentrating on them to organize something behind the scenes. So what were you dealing with in the past? Ace of Wands. Okay, Aquarius, you were concentrating on a passionate new start where you would feel victorious, something that you'd worked on for a long time. It could be a brand new position in a company. It could be you making plans for your future somehow. After that time with Judgment, you made a firm decision. It might have been with an Emperor, an Aries, or maybe just with an older masculine, but you felt, Aquarius, everything was sort of going your way, right? Yeah, it's almost as if you felt, okay, well, I conquered that. Now what can I do? You know, now what can I do? Standing at crossroads. Standing at crossroads. What's next? What else could I do? You were on a roll. Now, Seven of Wands. You may have had your doubts about this person. After you sort of settled into your new cycle, you may have had doubts about this person. You became a little bit defensive because you realized that they were up to something, and they were. And you had a tower moment. You may have tried to prevent the tower falling, but it fell anyway. And looking back, Aquarius, what you may have realized was they did this when your back was turned somehow. They did this while your back was turned, and what you're thinking about now is, They sabotaged this for me, right? They may have been jealous. There could have been some envy, Aquarius. They may have wanted to somehow get one over on you. I don't know why they did this. They may have just been greedy, if this is money. But you're looking at that lightning strike sitting in the tower thinking, what the hell just happened? Right? What the hell just happened? 9 of Wands. What you're realizing is whatever you try and do now, it may be too late. What else are you thinking about, guys? The Hermit. There may have been an issue with a Virgo. You might have realized you couldn't trust a Virgo. We do have a King of Pentacles here. Or Aquarius, you're tired, you're weary, you're in hermit mode. It's almost as if you just want to be at home. You want to keep the windows and doors shut and locked. You want to keep yourself all tucked away in your house. It's almost as if you feel, if I stay at home, nothing else can happen. Nothing else that's bad can happen. This may have really affected your confidence, Aquarius. The Strength card, Leo. Aqua, this could have made you feel a bit depressed. Not to be depressing, but you could have realized that your health suffered, maybe just sleepless nights. Magician. I think, Aquarius, you've been trying to manifest getting yourself back on your feet. And what you've been thinking about is, how am I going to get myself back on track after this? How am I going to do this? You are in manifestation mode. This is you pulling back, doing a lot of thinking. Okay, what do I do now? What do I do now? You may be looking at the money that you've got left, if this was financial. If this is somebody that you knew, it could even be a family member, then this is you may be thinking, all right, well, do I talk to another family member about this? How could you let this happen? Or if you knew about this, why didn't you tell me? Or to figure out where this person's gone, if they've just upped and left and moved. If they moved, Ace of Pentacles, you may be thinking, well, I need to find out where they are because I need to have a conversation. As in, why did you do that? What else are you thinking about? Oh, Aquarius, this is emotional. You may have known this person a very long time. You may have felt you could trust them implicitly. I mean, dare I say this, Aquarius, this could even be a brother or a sister that did this to you. Right? We've got 2 little kids here. I mean, that would have been the biggest betrayal, you know, to have a sister or a brother or a parent betray you. I mean, that's the absolute worst. But that may be the case. So, guys, this might be a challenge this month of November. Because in the immediate future, when you recognize exactly what happened, you will feel betrayed. You will feel those swords in your back. And whoever betrayed you has sneaked off, sitting in the 7 of Swords. They knew that they took some kind of risk and it might have benefited them financially. Or this could be somebody who sneaked off and collaborated with a King of Pentacles, and it might have been to do with money. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the 10 of Swords and the 7 of Swords for Aquarius? Thank you, Michael. Can't quite believe those energies. 17th of December. He's pointing forward, 4th of January. I'm actually seeing somebody leaving a house with suitcases. Okay. Aquarius, you may have to go on a trip to see someone. and have a really serious sit-down conversation. Or Aquarius, you may have to leave where you are because of some kind of recognition that somebody's left with a lot of your money. Wow, guys, I am so sorry. What a heavy reading. Page of Swords. Now, I was going to ask who sat in the Seven of Swords. This is somebody who is spying on you. This is somebody who's trying to figure out whether or not you found out the whole truth. Tell us about the person in the environment. Okay, Aquarius, they're going to gaslight you. They're going to pretend as if it was your fault. I did this because you did that. What did you expect me to do, right? God, this person is a piece of work. This person is a piece of work. Tell us about this person. All right. Aquarius, this could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Scorpio energy with a Tower. Could be a Pisces with a High Priestess, or Cancerian energy, High Priestess, Chariot. I'm getting strong Scorpio and Cancerian energy, to be honest. We've got the Moon, which is also Cancer. It's almost as if they're saying to you, what did you expect? What did you expect me to do? Wow. Yeah, Aquarius, this might be someone who you may have bankrolled or spoilt or given a lot of money to, thinking you guys would be in contact for the rest of your lives, or you guys would be opening a business together, or this could even be have been your partner, Aquarius. And this is them doing the dirty on you. This is them leaving you in it, or leaving you penniless. Or this is someone who had a plan all along, and once they got what they wanted, they just detached. Tell us about this person. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I felt a pain in my stomach, and we've got the Death card. Could be a Scorpio. Queen of Cups, the Death card is Scorpio. Aquarius, this could have been a Scorpio female that did this to you. Four of Swords. They've just cut off from you after being indulged, or they've left with a lot of your money, or they've literally left you as a partner and you've got no money left. They could have drained a joint bank account and said, oh yeah, sorry Aquarius, yeah, sorry it wasn't going to work. They might have left you a note or something, or they might have just left. You might have come home from work and thought, oh my God, they've taken everything in the house, they've emptied the joint bank account, and they've just left me. This person is thinking about what they did. There is guilt, remorse, regret. Tell us more about this person. All right, Aquarius, this was to do with a lover. You know what, guys? I think I'm dealing with a masculine Aquarian who realized too late that a female that they met sat in the Queen of Swords, very strategic, right? Justice, the Moon, and the Queen of Cups might have used you, Aquarius, and planned all along to use you and then leave you. You could have signed a contract with this person. You could even, Aquarius, have moved into a lovely apartment with this person. You may have signed the rental contract, but you might have been both paying the rent And you may have come home one day and realized that this person's just left you. And you're left thinking, I can't afford to pay the rent here. But I've got the lease for another 6 months or another year or something like that. They left you for a lover, Aquarius. This might have been someone who realized that you weren't earning as much as they thought you were earning. And so they headed off to be with a King of Pentacles who may have been more wealthy than you. This could simply be, in the nicest sense, a woman who was after a man with money. And when they realized, Aquarius, that you might not have had as much as they thought you did, they just left you. They got as much out of you as they possibly could, and then they left you for a guy with more money. Wow. Could be a Gemini woman. So we've got Gemini. We have Scorpio. Aries here too. Cancerian energy. Page of Cups. You may also realize, Aquarius, that they lied to you about a child. Dare I say it, this could be somebody, Aquarius, who pretended that they were pregnant with your child so that they could move in with you. And then they moved on to another guy. You might have realized the whole thing was fake. They might have just wanted a man to take care of them, to pay for them, right? Oh, if I tell Aquarius I'm pregnant, oh, I can give up my job, I can sit in this nice house, I'm not going to have to work, it's going to be great. And then when they realized, Aquarius, that you didn't have as much money as they thought you did, they might have just cleared out, left you. And what you realized was this person wasn't pregnant with your child at all. This was just somebody who was after your money. But when they realized you didn't actually have that much, they left you for another guy. This is one strategic woman. And I hate to say that as a woman, but yeah. Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups. This is somebody who was very strategic. She's hop, skipped and jumped towards a King of Pentacles. This is a guy with money. Yeah, she's waiting for her ships to come in with somebody else, maybe in another country. She might even have left the country. Oh my God. Wheel of Fortune. So she may have taken you for quite a lot of money, Aquarius, or she may have played victim or just lied. And when she realized that she wasn't going to get what she really wanted, or once she realized that you didn't have that much money, she left you. What's your energy, Aqua? You can't quite believe this. Oh my goodness, Two of Cups. You were in love with this woman. You fell hook, line and sinker for this woman. That was the most painful part. You totally fell in love with someone, Aquarius, who simply deceived you. You fell for somebody who deceived you. You may have met this person at an event, at a party. She could have looked $1 million. She could have looked as if, you know, she had a lot of stability herself, which might have lulled you into a false sense of security. Oh, she looks as if she's earning her own money, so she's not going to lean on me financially. She's not looking for somebody to bankroll her. Yeah, no, it was all an act. You know? I mean, if she looked as if she was head to toe in Louis Vuitton, it might all have been fake. What are you thinking about? Yeah. Okay, Knight of Wands. It happened super fast. You may have met this woman. You may have been bowled over by her sexiness, her beauty. One thing led to another very, very fast, and before you knew it, you guys were heading swiftly into a relationship. The Sun. You were super happy. You might have thought, oh my God, I'm one lucky son of a bitch, right? One lucky guy. passionate messages. Aquarius, 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 I love you, I love you, I love you, right? I love you is what I'm hearing. She may have faked a pregnancy, and I hate to say that. She may be very beautiful, but she may have told you, oh, Aqua, I'm so excited, I'm pregnant. It's your baby. And you might have believed her. And so, you know, you may have said, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. You know, move in with me, give up work. I'm going to take care of you. And then she just left you. Might have been in the middle of the night, packed her bags, because she met someone who had more money. This could be a woman who had a pattern of behavior doing this to get what she could out of men. And once she got everything she could out of one man, she moved on to another. And so it went on. This is really sad. Really sad. For the woman as well, Aquarius, and even though you may hate me saying that, there's obviously something deep, deep, deep down in this woman's psyche which causes her to behave like this. I don't know, she could have come from a broken home. She might have been brought up in poverty. And the one thing she was told herself was, I am never, ever, ever going to find myself in a situation where I'm on the breadline. So money for her was everything. I mean, literally everything. She may have had someone break her heart when she was very, very young. And so she's ended up getting her revenge back on other men she meets. I think you're dealing with a woman, Aquarius, sadly, who deep, deep down is broken inside. Now, for you Aquarian masculines who are out there watching this, you may think, well, you know, however broken she was inside, she should not have done what she did. Sure. But hurt people hurt people. What is the energy between you two? Okay, King of Cups. Aquarius, you may even have been introduced to this woman by a friend of yours who now may be beside himself with guilt. Oh my God, Aquarius, I introduced you to this woman, right? Or Aquarius, you could be sat in the King of Cups energy, feeling you're still in love with this woman, but she betrayed you. So how do you deal with that emotionally? Because you can't just switch off your emotions. You fell for this woman only to realize that she had deceived you. So this was very, very, very painful. All right, Aquarius, let's move forward. I want to get out of this really heavy, dark, sticky energy. It's feeling very uncomfortable. Let's look at your future. Okay, guys, now, I think, Aquarius, you're hoping to just get your head down at work, forget about this, get yourself back together again and sort yourself out. You may not have a lot of money left. You may be hanging on to the money that you've got left, Four of Pentacles, because she may somehow have either taken money from you or you may have been very generous with her. Okay, Aqua. Nine of Swords. Guys. Four of Cups. Aquarius, you're going to be wanting to spend some time on your own. Four of Cups is you thinking, I'm not interested in meeting anyone else ever, right? But it's only because this is still fresh in your mind. How are you feeling, guys? Five of Wands. It's going to be a bit of a challenging time because you're going to swing from feeling, in the nicer sense, very sad and a bit sorry for yourself. I can't believe, you know, I allowed this to happen, or I can't believe I didn't see it, to feeling angry. I want to have a conversation with this woman, right? I want to find out where she is and sit her down and say, what the hell are you doing, right? Why did you do this to me? I'm sorry, guys. This is you just coping with the aftermath. 5 of Pentacles. This is you coping with the aftermath. Feeling emotionally confused. I can't believe she did that. I mean, you're still going over and over and over in your mind, because she could have been, you know, coming across as the sweetest woman on earth, completely into you, desperately in love with you, excited that she was pregnant with your child. Aquarius, I hate to say, she may even have got pregnant by another guy and thought, okay, I'm going to pretend it's Aquarius's child, just so that you would say, oh, how wonderful, you know, you can move in. Of course, wow, this is so exciting. And then she may have left you for a man who was the King of Pentacles, who had more money. It could even have been a situation, Aquarius, where you met this woman. She might have pretended that she was single. You fell for her. And then one day you came back and found the apartment empty. And you may later have realized that she was married and she just decided to go back to her husband. All right, Archangel Michael, let's get out of this energy, please, for Aquarius. Okay, good. Aquarius, you are going to move yourself to calmer waters. You've learned a lot of lessons in the process. It could be about trusting people that you don't know that well, right? You may decide to move. You may decide you just want to get out of the area you've been living in. The Hierophant. Aquarius, you're going to be leaning on your spirituality at this point of time. Page of Wands. I think, Aquarius, you're going to decide to move to another area, keep the faith, and start all over again. This is a fresh, clean slate. I think this is you changing everything, Aqua. This could instigate a move abroad. This could instigate a change of career. Because of what happened, Aquarius, I think this is you wanting a totally different life. This is you starting all over again, trying to keep the faith, right? I've got faith in myself. I have faith in the divine. I'm moving myself to calmer waters. I just need to start all over again. Yeah. Will Aquarius find their happiness? Will Aquarius find their happiness eventually? Wow. 10 of Cups. Aquarius, you will find your happiness. You will meet somebody else. You will find yourself sitting in the 10 of Cups. It will happen for you. But Aquarius, this was a painful lesson learned. This was something you didn't expect. This was some kind of shock. But I'm going to leave it there. This was a challenging read for you. I will do you a bonus, Aquarius. I think for many of you, you're not going to resonate with this, but I am going to post it because it is definitely for someone. So take care of you guys. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way. And many blessings, Aqua. Bye now.